Alright guys, we should be back now. For those of you that were watching, hopefully the stream will start back up for you. So here we are. This is the first map we're going to take a look at. The map is titled AgroVation. It is by Tomix and FS17 modding. I put a link to the map in the description, so you'll be able to look at the description there, click on that, and go straight to the download link for this particular version of the Horsh research farm. So, hold on a second. Okay, I should be live. It's saying that I'm offline, but I think I'm good. Somebody can tell me in the chat if we're not online for some reason, but everything seems to indicate that I am. So let's just go ahead and jump on in. We're going to pick up our gator like we normally do and jump on into the map. We'll pull up the log. So you can see we've got quite a bit of equipment loading up here. No errors related to the map at all. So that is very good. We are going to look at, or we're going to try to look at 5 maps tonight. There are 7 maps submitted for this contest. I've already looked at most of these maps, at least very briefly, and I kind of ruled out 2 maps very, very quickly. One map just flat out did not open for me. It crashed the game every time I tried, even with just it in the mods folder. And then the second map I pulled up, it basically didn't have much of anything. No fields were defined. It was pretty bad. So you can probably figure out which 2 maps they were by figuring out the descriptions. Now, the first thing I want to point out, which I really thought was odd, we've got some dancing trees here. I'm not really sure what's going on there, but we've got some trees that are kind of just dancing to their own devices here. I think what happened is I think these are trees that are buried way down in the bottom of the map, and they're swaying with the wind. But what it looks like here is that they are basically dancing or floating and moving around. So it's a very odd thing. You all might see that in your own exploring of this map. So like I said, we're going to start here right at the office. We started right there at the door. If we make our way out here a little bit, we'll realize exactly where we are based on those photos. So far this is a very good representation of the facility. There you can see our silos. So I think if I get out here enough, this is very similar to a photo that we just saw. So let's go ahead and take a look at the map itself. So here we have the map. Here we have the Horsh farm. Up here we've got the fields. On this particular version, we own all of the fields. As you can see, we own all 21 fields that are represented on this map. And something that I noticed, that they're kind of in a weird wonky state. You see these lines. That's basically, where is it? Harvested. So if we get rid of harvested, those lines go away. We put harvested back, those lines appear. I think these are tram lines for fertilizers, for tires. I think that's what they're going to be representing. We'll have to see when we finally get around to running around to the fields. So on this particular rendition of the map, and all of these are on hard mode, by the way, we have some crop already in our silos. We have 3 sell points on this particular version of the map, including a sell point for wool and wood chips and gray grass, hay, and straw. Here's our list of starting equipment, all fairly new, but as you can see, it's fairly extensive. We're going to take out our loan like we do on normal videos of mine. We start with no animals, nothing in the feed areas. Our silos have a capacity of what appears to be 2 million liters, and we have 9 eggs in our coop already. Okay, let's take a look at that starting equipment. Because these are all maps that you can play. These are not maps that are not intended for play in any way. So we start out with several tractors ranging horsepower from 147 to 592 for the Challenger MT800E. We have 2 telehandlers. We have 2 telehandler buckets, a pallet fork, a bale fork, a manure fork, 2 semi-trucks. We have a Case and a Massey Ferguson harvester. We have a Case grain header. We have a corn header. We have a Massey Ferguson grain header. We have 3 header trailers. We have an assortment of tippers. And we have an assortment of Horsch, who would have thought it, equipment, from cultivators to seeders. We have a large fertilized spreader and some sprayers, a pull behind and a self-propelled. We have some slurry tanks and some slurry spreaders. Assortment of weights, overloader wagon, our pickup truck, and the list goes on. There's nothing leased on this map. So let's pick up our gator and let's look and figure out where the shop might be. The shop is down here, so there's our gator. Let's hit reset and see what happens. So I think this is it. There's our gator, so we'll find him in a little bit. So let's go exploring the map. So we'll explore the main farm here. This is the visitor center. I believe I saw a sign that represented that. Did I not see a sign that said visitor center? I must not have. Okay. So again, this is our office area. Here are the stairs that we went down. Okay. So here's some of the buildings that were represented on the on those pictures. The style overall is represented very well. These doors do open. So let's just open these up. It doesn't look like there's anything stored in them, but we'll just go ahead and open them up, make sure they all open. So they all open up. Let's go over here and check out these. That one doesn't do anything. Does this one open? That one does not open. So here we have our customization bay right here. That one does not open. So it doesn't look like we are able to get into the repair shop on this particular map. So here's the wash bay, minus the lights. Okay, let's take a look over here. So I think on the side of the other wash bay there was some big tanks, but instead we've got some pits here. We have a tractor and a sprayer. I think on the photos that was a Kloss tractor. Let's go over here and check out these. Like I said, this is not going to be our normal map video. One, because we're streaming it. I decided to stream these because, quite frankly, I won't have the time to get these edited and uploaded in time that I want to get these out to you all. They would probably be the end of or middle of next week before that happened, if I recorded them and did some editing and basically uploaded them. and I would really like to get this content out to you all. So you see these doors do open, and they look very much like those doors in the photos. So here we have some storage equipment, and the shed that was open, didn't have any doors. Got an assortment of trailers parked over here. And we have more storage sheds here. Again, this very much represents what the map looked like in the pictures. We have some starting seed, fertilizer, liquid and solid pallets stored in here. And here's the final haul with our harvesters and all of our header trailers and headers and cultivators and some seeders parked over here. So I think this represents a photo that we saw in the sample images. Got some additional equipment stored out over here. Let's make our way over. Here is our gator. We'll remember where he is. Actually, we'll just go ahead and jump on in there. Turn that off. Let's get this turned off. I'll turn this off here. Where is it? Oops. Alright. Oh, I could have just turned the radio off. There we go. Alright, turn off. Turn off. Alright. Hopefully that's off. Alright, so let's go on over here to the cow area. So we've got our BGA bunkers here, or not our BGA, but our silage bunkers for our cow area. We've got some additional building storage here. Here is our slurry tank and that the trash that was pictured. Okay. That's our slurry point. Now we're going to jump out here and just explore this whole area. So if you recall, I recall seeing these are interesting doors. They roll up into a roll. So this is the cow area, and I recall seeing these bollards that were yellow and black, kind of like candy canes. So these all roll up. This would be your feed trough area for your cows. Okay. This area is where you're going to purchase your cattle. Alright. Here we have a water point. So let's go over here and see if our cows have shown up. There they are. Walking through here now. I don't know if they stay in here or if they make their way outside. Oh, there they go. So they've got themselves a little bit of a tunnel here. And they must roam around inside both of these buildings. Does not appear that they have an opportunity to get out into the sunlight. Alright. Just going to roll this one up. Hello everyone watching. Oh, there's the caravan or camper that we saw in those photos of the other of the intro video. I'm thinking this is where our manure comes up. I didn't run through this with animals to verify that. But here we have a nice grass field. Number 5 appears to be in grass that we can use. This does not appear to have any type of box around it, so that's just deco. Oops. Let's make our way back around here. And then we can make our way over to the silos. Okay, so here's our silo complex. I'm opening that by holding the left mouse button down. So here we have our silo complex with our tip out point right here. These are our scales. So far this is very well representing the images that we saw. And this is our tip in for our silos. So it looks like we've got some room for expansion here. I like these little rocks in the ground. Alright, so we're going to make our way out of the main facility here. Let's just check in here. Okay, so this is equipment storage related for our cattle. Oops. Let me spin around here. I missed the exit. Alright. So this will be my, actually, we're going to go this way, because I did this when I was first looking at this map, and I was quite surprised because the edge of the map is right about here, and I really like when people do these maps where the edge of the map is invisible, because basically everything just keeps on going. You just run into an invisible wall. But as far as you know, unless you knew that was there, you don't know that's the edge of the map. And I really like that. So, the rest of this map I have not explored. So this is going to be literally the very first time I have driven this direction. Oh. There are nuggets on this map. At least this version. There we go. So if you like doing nuggets, this particular map has them. We're not going to look for all of them. Obviously, we have a very different agenda. So something I did not mention in the first video that was setting up this contest was that in the package of the files and the pictures was some PDFs. And one of those PDFs dictated how big the map was to be. So I believe this is a 1x map. I do not believe that this map has 4x dimensions to it. By the speed that we're going down the street here, I would agree to that effect that this is a 1x map. Here we have some pretty large fields here. Something I wanted to check was to see if we've got those. Yeah, see there we've got those lines. I think these are fertilizer lines, basically tracks that the fertilizer has run through here are like pro-seed tracts that proceeds put in here for the purpose of the fertilizer. In chat, I believe that you could basically use this map for single player if you wanted to. There's another nugget. So here's the town sign. That is the name of the town as it was represented on those photos. So we didn't get actual photos of this town, but you could use Google Earth and Google Street View to get that information. Now the map is showing that we have an animal buy point around here somewhere. I guess that's right here, isn't it? Let's jump on in here and... Is this for... I wonder what this is for. There's quite a bit of nuggets around here, but... here we go. Pigs. Poor... Oh my goodness, poor little piggies. You've got like 10 square feet to live in. I don't know how we're going to back in here and give you water without running over all of you. But at any rate, we found our pig farm. There's slurry. Water. That's nice. I wonder where the manure goes. Oh, I guess you have to open this gate. Yep, and there's your manure right there. Alright. Now it looks like we have maybe sheep over here. Water. Another nugget. Like I say, I'm not going to pick these nuggets up. I don't want my... oh, we've got some ginormous corn here. I don't want my map cluttered up. This was going to be for our wool, I suspect. I don't want our map cluttered up with nugget dots. Oh, that's not for wool. That's to buy our sheep. So where are our sheep? Where are the sheep? I hear the sheep. Oh, the sheep are around back. Poor sheep don't have very big of an area either. But here we have our water and grass areas. I think I've already found 10 nuggets, just haven't picked them up. I'm not really sure where the wool spawns. I would suppose I would expect it would come out over here somewhere. The area marked there is apparently to buy your or deliver your sheep. All right. Is this open? Alright, that doesn't open, so we're not going that way. We'll just, looks like this road goes somewhere. Looks like this might take us up to the main animal buy point if you want to pick up and deliver your animals. More nuggets. So we've got there an egg point. These trailers. Looks like we have our animal point to buy animals for delivery. And then it looks like we have grass hay, straw, and fuel here. Okay. All right. Let's make our way down south. Nice little town here. A little center, kind of like a prayer chapel. See, we have traffic, if I didn't mention that earlier. We're just going to yield and wait for our opportunity to pass. Alright. I better turn around before I run into another invisible wall. Like I said, that's apparently the edge of the map. Again, this map appears to have very nice blended edges to where if you're not paying any attention, you're just going to run right into something. Alright, so again, we own all of the fields on this map. There's no trigger there, so that is just deco. We have our normal crops on this map, so we won't have any extra food types. Looks like this may be a spot for... I wouldn't think you would put placeables in here. It doesn't look very level. You'd probably have to deal with all this grass cropping up through all of your buildings. Alrighty. So we've got some water coming up here. You know me, I like to take a spin in the water. Very interesting there. Kind of a little swampy area, I guess. Very big fields on this map, or at least 4 big fields and a couple small fields. That's the edge of the map again. Alright. So you can see the tire lines already laid in here. So that's a very interesting way of doing that. Not really sure if you painted those lines in like that, or if there's a way to put the field down and then enable crop damage and basically drive through the fields. I'm not really sure what the process of that would be. So this is the equipment shop. This is where we buy our equipment. We can get it delivered to the farm, but this is where we buy our equipment. We have a shop icon there and a repair icon, customization and sell point. So it looks like we have here a scale, and then we're leading back here to several sell points. It's another nugget. Does not appear that it's going to be very hard to find 100 nuggets on this map, the number of nuggets that I've run across already. So this appears to be one giant cell trigger. So it looks like you could bring in 1, 2... Where are we at? You can see those lines in there. We're at the grain elevator. What do you take? Oh, grain. I don't know if you all can see that, but that price is -8. I think that means if you sell here, they're going to take $8 a liter, 1,000 liters away from you to take your product. Okay. Well, it looks like you can line up a bunch of trailers here and just tip in a bunch of trailers to this sell point. Not going to go that way because I don't think we can get around. Oops. Oops. That there was F4, by the way. Let's get that weird wireframe going on. We should be selling wool back here somewhere. Here's potatoes. I haven't found a wool. There's another nugget. I haven't found the wool sell point yet. Ignore the funny looking train. I have retextured my train, and your train will not look like this. At least it shouldn't look like that. Can you get in the train? The train is not drivable. Alright, let's see. Where is the wool sell point at? Where is the spinnery? It's behind me. Oh, it's right here. So here's where you would sell your wool. Conveniently, it doesn't seem to be marked in any way. No convenient wool pallets just hanging around to give you a clue, but there it is. So I think that's about it. We got our chickens are lumber yard. Let's run down there and then we'll call this map done and move on to the next one. Looks like we've got a solar collector array over there, but it was not in our list of placeables of equipment, so we are probably not going to be getting any money from these solar arrays. Oops. I don't know if this lumber yard is just a misplaced icon, because according to this, it's in this field. So we're just going to drive through this grass field here. Drive over the railroad tracks to try to get to the lumber yard. Hope I can jump these tracks. Oh, okay. Alright, I'm not going to drive through the corn. That can kind of freak people's eyes out. But I would dare to say the sawmill is not in there. So that is a misplaced icon. And I'll have to try to straddle these. There we go. Alright, and I suspect the chickens are also misplaced. I would not think that they would be way down here all by themselves. I probably can't cross that water. I'll try. Looks like I did. We're just going off-roading today. So yes, our chickens are not here. They're somewhere in town. Oh, they are here. That is a shock. I found the chickens. I found another nugget. So at least the eggs are easy to find. They're not buried in the grass. Thanks for the subscription there, Bubba. Alright, so with that, I'm going to close out this stream. We're going to close out this map. Give me about 2 to 3 minutes to reset everything. We are going to look at 4 more maps, hopefully. All of them will look just like this to some degree, especially around the main farm. So we're really going to be looking at differences around the main farm between the maps, as well as some differences of the various areas around the map that are not related to the main farm. So give me a few minutes to reset, and I'll be right back. If you're watching the stream, you shouldn't have to do anything. It should just come back on its own.